All right, we have got a couple of things on tap for tonight. Some flawless football, which is always fantastic. And behind that will be some Bowman baseball. Both tonight are starts of a new case. So, for those of you who might not have done a break with me in the past, the way that works is this. When we start a brand new case, but we're not opening the entire case the same time, like, we're opening half of it tonight, we'll take all the boxes out when it comes time to do the break, number them on the end, and then use random.org to determine which ones we open tonight versus which we'll open in our next break of the same product. So that's kind of how things are going to work tonight, but we have a little pre-break info that we go over. So while everyone's getting in and getting settled, let's go ahead and get rolling with that. Feedback is 100% automated, and that is just really so you don't ever have to wait on me. Anytime you leave positive feedback for me, you are going to instantly get positive feedback in return. And of course, as always, I want to say thank you for being here. I do appreciate you spending part of your evening with me, and those of you who bid and break and chat with me often. Whether it's your first time or you've been here for years, either way, I'm glad to have you, so thanks for stopping by. This is actually in the wrong spot. We're supposed to not be looking at that yet. So let's just flip those, because that'll mess me up all night if I don't get that fixed. Let's try that. Now where's the other one? Oh, man. I see what I did. They're the same. Okay, normally we would be looking at breaks that are coming up, like in the days ahead, right? Except apparently, instead of adding that tab tonight, hey, I just added this other tab twice. So off the top of my head, I don't remember, other than I can tell you we start at 9 o'clock Eastern, 6 Pacific tomorrow night, because it's Contenders Draft Picks release day. So I know we're opening that tomorrow night, and there's something else that goes with it. Couldn't tell you what, don't remember the specifics. So hey, saves you some time because, I forgot to add that tab apparently. Instead, let's talk about what you need to know for tonight. We have one free shipping break and one paid shipping break. Our free shipping break is Flawless Football. And free shipping is always projected to go out the door no later than a week from the time of the break. And that would obviously, I think, be the wrong date. So that basically means to you that this will go out no later than Tuesday, a week from today, for Flawless. Most of the time, that stuff goes faster, and in many cases, much faster. It just simply means that is the latest it will go. Our paid shipping break, that's our Bowman baseball. I'm anticipating having that shipped out to you on Friday. As always, if I can get something out quicker than that, I will. And if something unexpected happens, it could even slide a day later into Saturday. But my best estimate at this point in time is that it will ship on Friday. Consolation cards is our last little bit of information. And it's not going to really matter for Bowman baseball, because every team's going to pull cards in there. There are lots and lots of cards in that break. So really, we're talking about Flawless Football. And if you get skunked in Flawless Football and your team does not pull anything, you are entitled to a consolation card. It can be from any year and any series, and I do keep track of it for a rolling 90-day period. Now, typically, because that is a free shipping break, I would just hang on to your consolation card until your next package ships. And then when you have another package that's shipping, I would just look back and see what consolation cards you were due and send them all out at once. If, however, you don't want to wait for that and you're in Flawless and you get skunked, all you need to do is send me a message and say, hey, please send me, my consolation card now, and I will be happy to take care of that for you. All right, so that is all the news to use for that tonight. First up is 2018 Flawless Football. It's a half case break number 3. Everything we're opening tonight ended tonight on eBay Tuesday night, the 23rd of April. You will see, of course, your team names on the left-hand side and the winning bidders across from each team name. A new spreadsheet will go up before we do Bowman. This one, of course, is just for Flawless Football. So if you're in Bowman, hang tight. Flawless doesn't take terribly long to break, so don't wander too far off if you're waiting on Bowman. And finally, I am going to change up focus a little bit. It is going to make, it is going to make the background go a little bit out of focus, but please don't let that concern you because we're going to be looking at things up nice and close anyway. So that's not going to matter. It's actually going to help us out. All right, so who's here tonight? Kirk and Ezekiel hanging out in chat. Jay Rivers is here. He said Swanson on third in the eighth. Reds are up 7-6. I tell you what, that's been an interesting game, hasn't it? Especially that sixth inning where the Reds were pouring it on and the Braves were pouring it on. And of course, you had your relief pitcher come in for the Braves and promptly walk 3 batters and walked a run in. And Peraza finally got a hold of one and got a couple runs in. I don't know. Both teams scored a lot in the sixth inning. But yeah, I do always appreciate score updates, especially on my teams, my Cincinnati Reds and such. All right, so you saw me number those on the end, and that is merely for the purpose of determining which ones we're going to open. That's what I was explaining to you earlier. Since we are not opening the entire case tonight, we use random.org to figure out which of these 2 boxes will be opened in this break tonight. So I will randomize 3 times. The first 2 will not count. Only the third and final random will be our determining factor. When we have 10 or more items in a list, we do random once. When we have fewer than 10, we usually do it 3 times. So ignore the first one, ignore the second one. Here comes our third and final. There you see 3 times. Date and time stamp comes up very handily with box number 1 on tap for tonight. So let me get box number 2 out of the way here. So it is handy little box number 2 that will be in our next break of Flawless, which truthfully I don't know if I have scheduled yet. I was so busy getting contenders in, since it comes out tomorrow and the draft starts Thursday, and I have a lot of contenders breaks in there, and then I found the honors, and I got honors scheduled. I don't know if I've got the rest of the Flawless scheduled, but it will be soon. We'll break it again early next week, and probably several times next week, as a matter of fact, because we've got a fair amount of it left to work with. Echo, you have not won anything good, you say, in a whole bunch, 5 different Bowman breaks for the Mets. Well, we need to try and change your luck tonight then, don't we? We need to try to get that squared away, get your mojo back on track. And Mickey is here. Hi, Mickey. And I guess I didn't cut one of those very well, but let's see if, yes, it will. Let's see if it'll just go on and open up anyway. And hey, it did. That's a little diamond guarantee card thing. All right, let's get our suitcase out of the way and get down to business here with Flawless tonight. Red 7-6, bottom of the 8th. Okay, so at least the score didn't change. That gives me some help, I guess. Oops, hang on. We got a card stuck in the bottom. See, that is why I always like to look inside the boxes. Make sure they're empty, because occasionally something's hiding out in there like it was just then. That way you and I can both get an extra look at everything. It is the Patriots with your rookie Sony Michel, numbered to 15, that was hanging out there trying to stay in the box. I've got a cord issue. Hang on. I'm sorry, guys. Hang on one second. I'm trying to get this cord in a spot where I will not hit it and therefore then knock the entire tripod off the table, which I have done before. So we're trying not to do that. Ronald Jones comes out. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, numbered to 25. Buccaneers seems like always have really good relics. When you hit them, they're always quite nice. Ray Lewis for the Ravens, numbered to 20. Also a nice 3-color relic. Kenny Golladay, numbered to 20 for the Lions. Oh, Echo, you got outbid for the Mets tonight? Oh, well, then, yeah, you know what I always tell you? I always tell you, don't watch those breaks when you get outbid. Because if something good comes out, oh, it'll be terrible. It'll make you feel bad. Antonio Gates. Oh, I like that for the Chargers. It's numbered to 15. And I'm glad they brought him back, even if it ends up maybe that it's only going to be for this 1 year. But I'm glad he was back anyway. Hey, my Pittsburgh Steelers. Alejandro Villanueva, 225. You don't pull him very often. And it has a very nice relic to go along with your autograph. Christian Kirk, Arizona Cardinals, numbered to 10. Good relic. Once again, of course, hard-signed autograph, as we would expect here in Flawless. Here in very, very expensive Flawless. They better be giving us on-card autographs, hadn't they? Tom Landry for the Dallas Cowboys. It is numbered to 20. It's got a little ruby chip in there. You just kind of have to look for it because it just blends in. But it's there on, right in that little cutout above the word Legends. So a little ruby chip and a Tom Landry card to 20. And then we have Mitch Trubisky, the Biscuit for the Bears, numbered to 10. You have a little diamond chip in that one. And this is the card that says, hey, it's, the little gems are real and nobody died getting them. That's basically what that says. It's not really that important, but I always hold it up anyway. Oh, man, that is pretty sweet right there. But we got a little bit of a problem. It's not really a problem, but it's Joe Montana. That's all kinds of awesome. It's to 5, and that's all kinds of awesome. However, you've got the 49ers and the Chiefs both on the same card. The middle uniform there is a Pro Bowl uniform. So here's what that means to you. We will first go look at the spreadsheet and see if perhaps someone were to own both the Kansas City Chiefs and the 49ers. If they do, then obviously they're just going to get that card outright and it's not going to matter. If they do not, then this card is going to have to go to random, and I'm going to hate to have to take that away from either team, but if we have different team owners, that's exactly what will happen. And if we go to random, I will type in 49ers first because they're on the left-hand side of the card. I will type in the Chiefs second. I would once again hit random 3 times, and the third one would determine who got the card. But first things first, let's take a look and see who our team owners are here. So the Chiefs, that is Online Deal Club. And the 49ers, look at him go, man. He's got them both. Woohoo! I love it when a plan comes together. Online Deal Club. I am so happy. I hate taking really good cards and making one team not get them when they have to go to random. And since you own both, it doesn't have to go anywhere. Congratulations. Nice. Nice. Okay, let's recap. Christian Kirk, Cardinals, numbered to 10. Alejandro Villanueva to 25 for my Pittsburgh Steelers. Then we have numbered to 15, Antonio Gates and the Chargers. Kenny G, Mr. Golladay, numbered to 20, Detroit Lions. For the Ravens, Ray Lewis to 20 with a relic. Ronald Jones with a relic to 25 for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Sony Michel to 15 for the Patriots. Our encased cards, the Joe Montana, thank goodness. Same person owns the 49ers that owns the Chiefs, so it didn't have to go to random. He just takes it outright, and that's a fantastic hit, numbered to 5 with Joe Montana. Mitch Trubisky for the Bears, numbered to 10, our little diamond chip encased card. And Tom Landry for the Dallas Cowboys, numbered to 20, with an encased card that has a little chip of a ruby in it. All right, so that has us squared away tonight as far as Flawless goes. And I do have plenty more Flawless. We'll be opening this several more times. I just think I kind of messed up and didn't list it for a few days because I got distracted by shiny new releases. So look for that to start showing up in our lineup again, probably about Monday. Somewhere in that neighborhood, Monday or Tuesday. Yeah, I know, it's my fault. Sorry, kids. But in the meantime, we do have lots of other fun stuff we will be opening, like Contenders draft picks and honors and all kinds of other stuff. If you missed this earlier and you weren't tuned in, here's what you need to know. What we just opened, Flawless, will be on the way to you no later than Tuesday a week from today. Most likely it will be sooner, but it should not be any later than a week from today. Our paid shipping break, that's Bowman, that's upcoming, should be on the way to you roughly Friday. Could possibly be Thursday, could possibly be Saturday, but my best estimate is Friday. Everybody's going to pull cards in Bowman. If you got skunked in Flawless, your consolation card's typically going to be held until your next package ships, unless you hit me up and messages and let me know that you want it sooner, in which case I will gladly do so. A 6-box case of 2019 Bowman Baseball. This is a half case break. It's break number 3. It's going to be the start of a new case. And of course, it also ended tonight on eBay, Tuesday night, the 23rd of April. Same format with team names on one side and our winning bidders across from each team on the opposite side. And similarly to what we did with Flawless, I'm going to set the case up on the table. We'll take out all 12 boxes, number them on the end, and use random to pick out which 6 get open tonight versus which 6 will get open in the next break. And that's probably going to jar the table, hence the camera, by the way. That was just fair warning, so you didn't feel like you're on, you know, Mr. Toad's Wild Ride or whatever. All right, let's get these bad boys. I really should number them there, probably. Easier to see, right? Yeah. See, I'm old, I'm slow, it takes me a minute. I eventually figured out. I feel old today, I tell you. I'm so tired today. Living on Red Bull. All right, our boxes are numbered. Now let's let our dear friend at random.org decide which 6 lucky boxes are going to get opened up tonight. All right, there's 1 through 12 in there, and I'm just going to hit random one time. The first 6 numbers that come up, we will open the corresponding 6 boxes. So it gives us 3, 5, 8, 4, 12, and 2. So what is that? 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, and 12. All right. 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 12. 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, and 12. All right. There's our 6. Let me get these other 6 put back in the case, and we'll get ready to rock with Bowman. All right. Oh, Stang Lover's here. Hi, Stang Lover. You were looking for Vikings. Uh-oh, we didn't do very good for your Vikings, did we? We did not. Jared said he's a 49er. Were you talking about what, the Joe Montana card that had 2 different teams for him there? Yes, thank goodness it worked out so that the same bidder had both teams, so we didn't have to go to random there, which obviously made life a little easier. Jay Rivers says Soroka just walks Suarez, Reds on first and second, no outs. Schebler, bases loaded, 1 out. Oh, it's getting interesting there at Great American Ballpark, isn't it? Mickey, you need some Orioles tonight. All right. I like your screen name. Oh, that's awesome. His screen name for YouTube, I'm not sure who's behind it. It could be a she, but I should just say the screen name on YouTube is Acuna Moncada. I get it. It's like a play on Hakuna Matata, but with baseball players. Yeah. Well, anyway, I appreciate it, Acuna Moncada. I think that's an awesome screen name, and I wish I'd thought of it myself because I kind of love it. Okay, so Bowman, we are looking for 1 autograph per box in here, and there's loads and loads of inserts of all kinds of things. So there's the top 100, and those are all, that whole insert series is will refract. There's Ready for the Show, ditto. All of those are refractors. There's like a Rookie of the Year contender type thing. I don't think it's called that. But anyway, that whole card series refracts. And of course, we'll find some Bowman Sterling continuity in here. We'll probably find some atomic refractors. We'll find a variety of numbered cards and all kinds of interesting things in addition to just our autograph. But what we will do is here on the first box, we'll spend a little more time talking about that sort of stuff as we see it. And then in future boxes, we will kind of, buzz right on through them. So there are a number of chrome cards mixed in with our paper cards. And of course, they're always going to have that little chrome notation up there in that right-hand corner for anybody who wants to keep track of that. That's an example of Ready for the Show insert that I was talking about, where the entire the entire card series for that insert refracts, as does the anniversary insert. All of these are also refractors, all of our 30th anniversaries. This particular one is Shohei Ohtani for the Angels, and those are facsimile signatures. They are not actual autographs. They're just printed on autographs. So for anybody who might not be aware of that, those 30th anniversaries are printed autographs, which, I will make sure everybody knows what's what. That's an example of the top 100 that I was talking about earlier. That entire card series refracts, so every one of them will have our pretty little rainbow of colors, as does the show. Or Ready for the Show, I should say, is technically the full name of that insert. I'm just being lazy calling it the show. Stang Lover, you are looking for a Nolan Gorman low number autograph parallel. Listen, man, if we can hit that for you, that would be all kinds of awesome. There's our Rookie of the Year favorites that I was talking about earlier. Again, all of those, excuse me, all of those also are refractors. Allergies are just kicking my butt this time of year, I will tell you. So I apologize in advance for throat clearing, sniffing, snorting, if I have to take a break to blow my nose or something. Hopefully I won't have to, but hey, you never know. So I'm giving you apologies in advance for all that unpleasantness that you're going to potentially have to deal with. Compliments of allergies in the great state of Kentucky. Nick Senzel finally got down to business tonight for the AAA Reds team. He got going down in Louisville tonight. So if we can keep him uninjured and healthy, maybe we're finally going to see that guy in the majors soon. All right, there are the Yankees with an atomic refractor. It is Anthony Siegler. So that's the first atomic that we've seen tonight. Acuna Moncada says it is a he. Okay. Well, I have a bad habit of kind of calling everybody collectively man or he, just out of habit. I shouldn't, right? Like, I should be the one that would know better than that, being that I am a female. However, I do tend to do that. So that's why I kind of then backtracked. And I was like, oh, well, I guess it could be a she. So anyway. Patty's here. Hi, Patty. Looking for some Padres. Stang Lover also wants a Mateo. Okay. Well, you are kind of racking up the mojo requests there, Stang Lover. So surely we can try to get one of those, we hope. We'll try, anyway. J Rivers, you say we're through the 8th and it's still 7-6. Reds up by 1 on the Braves. How about that? Yeah, Patty, I guess it's tree pollen. I don't know. Honestly, I'm allergic to just about everything outdoors. I'm allergic to trees and grass and all kinds of interesting other things. But I don't let that stop me. I go right on outside all the time and then just sniff and snort and take allergy medicine. Jordan Alvarez on the 30th anniversary parallel for the Astros. A little Houston action. But yeah, I mean, if we don't see Senzel come up pretty soon, I mean, the guy's going to, like, turn 100 waiting to get called up. What in the world, man? I mean, every time you think he's got a shot, he'll get injured or something will happen. Oh, you didn't get the Mariners tonight, Patty. You got busy and you missed your Mariners. Uh-oh. Well, then we're going to have to just try to make something happen for the Padres for you then. Talent Pipeline, forgot to mention that insert set earlier. It also, of course, as you see there, was a refractor, and they all will be. Here's our hit, and it's coming out for the Phillies out of box number 1. So there's a little Philly autograph for Matt Verling for Philadelphia, baby. Acuna, you said, is that Reds Braves? Yes, Jay Rivers has given me the score update for the Reds and the Braves. He knows I'm a Reds fan, and he correctly figured that I was watching the game before, leading up to the break. Had it on in the background while I was working, so he's very kindly now keeping me kind of abreast of the score situation. So, which I don't like the sound of the Braves being on second base in the 9th. Oh, yikes, that's nerve-wracking. Acuna, 30th anniversary parallel. But hopefully, I don't know, at least, listen, even if we lose the game, I mean, I hope we don't. But even if we do, at least Cincinnati had some decent production tonight, for goodness sakes. And Sonny Gray looked pretty good for the better part of 4 innings. Definitely 3 solid ones. Tailed off a little in the 4th, and of course, ultimately got yanked, but... And here's our Bowman Sterling continuity card, and it is for the Royals. Mateus. So we'll probably find roughly one of those a box. I don't know that it's strictly guaranteed to be that, but in general, that's about what I think we're going to find. And we're going to have our first numbered parallel of the night come out for the Yankees. And that is number 2/125, Domingo Acevedo. So our first color makes an appearance. About time, right? All right, so that gets us through box number 1. And now that you kind of know what to look for, I'm not really going to necessarily call all those out. You'll see them as they go by, and we'll kind of keep on trucking. And of course, we've got loads more Bowman to open. The back half of this case is scheduled, and as you know, I forgot to put that tab on the spreadsheet tonight because I duplicated another tab for some reason. I don't know why. Apparently, I was not doing my due diligence, but if I remember correctly, I think that we do the back half of this maybe on Sunday. And in between, we have some Diamond Kings and I think maybe even some Gypsy Queen, baseball-wise, in between now and then. And of course, football-wise, it's all about Contenders draft picks and Leaf Metal Draft and that sort of thing. Donaldson just missed a home run to the left. Swanson is now on third. 2 outs. Freddie Freeman at bat. Freeman grounds out and the Reds win. Yay. I like it when you do that, Jay Rivers, because then I don't have to watch it and feel nervous. Like I read one line and then by the time I read the next line, the game was over. If I'd been watching that, I probably would have been cussing at the television and, you know, whatnot. So, all right, I like that. I like your play-by-play, my friend. Causes me much less stress than watching that game live, I'll tell you. But I am always glad if my Reds can get a win somewhere along the way. The autograph in the first box was the Phillies. It was for Philadelphia. And I see Mickey and Jay Rivers already answered that anyway. So, thank you, Mickey and Jay Rivers. You guys are awesome, as always, to jump in there and help me out. Cardinals. Staying Lover. It might not be the player that you want, but I think it's going to be a nice little card here because guess what? It's also an atomic refractor, which means it's numbered. It's to 100, and it's Cabrera for your St. Louis Cardinals. Genesis Cabrera, first Bowman atomic refractor. How about that? I know you want your Nolan Gorman, but come on now. Stash that bad boy back and sit back and wait a couple years and see if it makes you rich. See if you can buy a new car with it in a couple years. You never know. That's what makes Bowman so awesome. I saw the guy interviewed today that won that recent lottery. Speaking of rich. Yeah, he's like 24 years old or something. And, you know, been playing the lottery since he was 18. And I don't know, bought a few quick pick tickets or whatever and ends up hitting it for $784 million or some such. And was the only winning ticket. Ay. Didn't even have to share it. Like, can you imagine? The things we would break would amaze you. Because I wouldn't care about how much I had to pay for it or if I won money or, if I got money or lost money or, I said won because I'm thinking lottery, but you know what I mean. If I made money or didn't or whatever, oh my gosh, we would break like the best stuff all the time. It'd be so awesome. The Mariners with Justice Sheffield on the 30th anniversary parallel. But alas, I have yet to win the lottery. The Phillies with Sanchez atomic refractor. So nice little hit there for Philadelphia on the parallel. We always like our parallels around there. Ready for the show, Brent Honeywell. He's out on Tommy John, right? Isn't that right? Honeywell's had a rough go of it a few years in a row, but I think he's Tommy John at the moment. Jay Rivers, you said the Cincinnati Dodgers prevail. Well, hey, I'm happy to have the guys we got from the Dodgers. We certainly needed to do something different, so I was kind of glad to at least have a product that's kind of fun to watch, wherever it comes from. Jay Rivers, you would build an extension on your house just for your card collection if you won the lottery. Well, I mean, hey, man, what would be like climate controlled and make sure, you know, you had special UV lighting that wouldn't fade or damage anything. I can just see it now. It'd be like, oh, what do they call those rooms when you work with electronics? Clean rooms? Or is that what they call them? You know, where there's no static and you have to wear the special suits and all that. I can envision that being like the clean room type scenario. Is where your card collection would live. It would be pretty sweet, wouldn't it? You could buy any card you wanted, which is actually, let's think about that a minute. If you could buy any card that you wanted, any card that exists, obviously, what would it be? What card would you buy? If you had so much money that any card you wanted, you could have, like, you know, the equivalent of spending $5, you had so much money. What would you buy? Our Bowman Sterling continuity is Mike Trout, Angels. I don't really even know myself what I would buy. I mean, I would definitely want a better quality Johnny Bench rookie card than what I have, because mine's kind of well loved. So I would definitely want a better quality one of those. But I mean, that's probably not that much money. So, like, I don't know what I would buy to be super expensive. It's Aaron Nola for the Phillies on the 30th anniversary. So, I mean, like, who do I have on the Reds that would really cost me all that much money? You know? That's, yeah. Mickey, you're looking for just one Baltimore Orioles autograph. Well, let's see if we can't find one. We'll try and work the mojo for you. That is numbered to 299. It's for the Atlanta Braves with Austin Riley. We got to try to find ourselves a Baltimore Orioles autograph there for Mickey, who's trying hard to conjure one up. We've got some more color purple on the horizon. Purple are numbered to 250. This one happens to be paper, and it is Amaya for the Cubbies. Miguel Amaya. '30th anniversary for the Padres with Urias. I actually really like the look of those cards. I mean, I kind of wish our actual modern card series this year look like the throwback cards that are on the parallel, but alas, they do not. Not that I don't like this year's cards. I mean, I do like them, but it's just such a clean look on the anniversary ones. Jay Rivers, you have to use cans of compressed air to keep cat hair out of your team sets. Yeah, well then you definitely you'd build a room the cats couldn't get in. I feel you on that. And Acuna Moncada would go for the Honus Wagner if he had 700 million like the lottery winning guy. Jay Rivers, you already have a Hank Aaron limited lumber autograph, 1 of 1. Oh, nice. You know I love my Hank Aaron, too. Yes, exactly, Acuna. I would corner the market on the Reds cards. It probably wouldn't even cost me that much, would it? It would probably be kind of an embarrassingly low total by the time I bought all the Reds cards that I wanted. Oh, goodness, I know. Sad but true. Sad but true. Well. Patty's happy that there was an insert for the Padres that came out. Indeed, we got to get your Padres on track tonight. Patty, you'd buy a Mickey Mantle or a Sandy Koufax. That's true. I wouldn't mind having Sandy. I didn't really think about that. I also do like the Dodgers a bit. So, yeah, I wouldn't mind having a Sandy Koufax. That's a good call. I like that. So we're finding our autograph really early in this box, and it's headed to the Tribe. So it is a first Bowman refractor to 499 for the Cleveland Indians with Eli Morgan. So the Indians are on the board. Yeah, I can't imagine. I mean, who knows what all I would buy. I'd probably be one of those lottery winners that, you know, you hear about those people, they win so much money and then they're broke in like a year because they've bought all kinds of crazy stuff. That would probably be me. I'd have the greatest sports memorabilia collection in the entire world and be broke. For the Atlanta Braves, it's Drew Waters, and that is purple, and it's paper, and it's numbered to 250. Really, I'd use a lot of money on sporting events, to tell you the truth. Like I would be sitting on the 50-yard line about 5 rows up for the Super Bowl, and, you know, setting center court side for the finals of the NBA and the finals of the NCAA tournament and the World Series and all that. That's where all my money would go. I would travel around and go to all kinds of awesome sporting events and sit in only the primo seats and promptly go broke. Because let's face it, if you try to sit in the good seats at most of those events, it probably wouldn't take you very long to go broke. Especially because you know you'd end up taking a little posse along with you. Like Kentucky Derby. I mean, I've been there and done that on the Derby and the Indy 500. But I'd probably do both of them again. You'd have to do the Masters, even though I don't like golf that much. It's kind of an iconic sporting event. I'd have to do that. All the big ones. All the big ones. Like all the tennis tournaments. Oh, yeah. Possibilities are endless. Mickey would buy his own personal breaker and then fire them if they didn't pull a card for his team. Dang, Mickey, you are harsh, brother. Jay Rivers, you would start a cat farm for old and abused wee ones and grow acres of catnip, right? And they would just run around and stay like lit all the time. Just have dozens of cats out rolling around in the catnip field. That could be interesting. For the Cardinals, it is Lucan Baker to 250. That's a purple chrome parallel. Well, if I can get it in there, Stang Lover, I'm working on it. That sleeve was trying to argue with me. The sleeve was being a teenager and wanting to pick a fight for no reason, but we got it in there. Excuse me. And that's not a sick cough, by the way. Like, I'm not ill. You don't have to worry about germs or anything. It's just stupid pollen. A 30th anniversary parallel for Pache and the Atlanta Braves. line here. Oh, Acuna, that's an excellent idea. You would become the new Marlins man, but with a with a bright red Reds jersey. You know, did the Marlin man come back? You know, he got ticked after the team got sold, and then they wouldn't, do some of the things that he wanted them to do, like ride in his Marlin car with him and whatever. So he kind of wrote him off and said he was going to find a new team to support. Did they ever woo him back, or did he really abandon the Marlins? Clayton Kershaw, Dodgers. I haven't heard anything about that guy in a while. But the last thing I heard, he was still, not Marlins man anymore. But I have no idea if that updated at any point or not. I think that's funny, though. Like, as a fan, he had demands. They would not meet his demands, so he abandoned them. Oh, well. For the Astros, Kyle Tucker, Bowman Sterling continuity. Truth be told, they can ill afford to lose many fans down there in Miami, so they probably should have tried harder to keep the Marlin man happy and just ridden in his Marlin mobile, like they're going to kill Jeter to get in there. I don't think so. Jay Rivers, you said your catnip garden in New York attracts the cats from all over town. Wow. So you have got a bunch of feline visitors hanging out. Are you back up in New York right now, or are you still down in Tennessee, right? Isn't that the other locale? For the Detroit Tigers, that is Bo Burrows with the atomic refractor. I'm hoping maybe your little kitty that went off on you last year will show back up in your catnip garden up there this year, maybe when you get back up north, I hope. That is Padres 30th anniversary with Mackenzie Gore. Oh, you're in Tennessee right now. Okay, so you're not back up there yet. All right, and I'm going to have to take 1/2 of a minute to step away and blow my nose, or you're going to have to listen to me sniff. So I'll be right back. I got to blow my nose and then wash my hands again, of course, so give me 1 second. There, that will be less torturous for you, I think, than having to listen to me sniffling. That's my opinion anyway. It's my story, and I am sticking to it. So somebody always asks somewhere along the way if all the cards ship. So yes, kids, all the cards are going to ship out of this break. We will probably, when we get to Bowman Jumbo, which we'll do at some point, those I probably will sort out where paper base will not ship, and it'll have its own bidding category, but chrome and parallels and inserts and autographs would go to teams, and paper base would go to all one bidding spot. But we probably won't shift over to that until we start doing jumbo at some point. That way, set builders and everybody else, you can get a whole truckload of cards out of these early breaks first, and then we'll switch probably to that format. And we might even switch to some full case breaks when we do that too. This depends. Acuna, I like the speak it into existence. See, that's 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 a that's the LeVar Ball method right there. He's looking for the Mets card, and he's trying to speak it into existence. Let's see if we can make it happen. Fire up the mojo for the New York Mets. Whoops, hang on now. Somebody was trying to, Chris Bryant there was trying to hitch a ride on the back of another card. We cannot have that happening. And, well, there's a Mets Jacob deGrom 30th anniversary, so you sort of spoke it into existence. Being as how, we didn't give the mojo a specific request. Like, you notice Stanglover, he gets those very specific mojo requests in there. Low numbered autograph for Gorman, etc. Because he's learned, right? He's learned how to try to how to speak it into existence, as you say. Sometimes it works. Sometimes Stanglover had a little run there where, man, everything he was like calling out, everything he would say at the start of the break he wanted, just about he'd end up hitting it or close to it. He was on a good little run there for a while. Nelson, you said, I'm not going to be happy with Contenders draft picks because it's nothing like Leaf Metal Draft. Well, I mean, I've opened Contenders draft picks certainly before from Panini, so I kind of know a bit about what to expect there with it. But what is it that you don't like about it, Nelson? What doesn't make you happy about Contenders draft picks? The Dodgers, Ruiz, Atomic Refractor. The Mariners are your team, but the Padres are a close second. All right, Acuna, I can be about that, especially the Padres. I think they've got a great young core, fun to watch. So I can definitely agree with that. I don't watch the Mariners a whole lot, though, so I got nothing against them. I just don't really watch them play very much, honestly. Ready for the show with Luzardo and the Oakland A's insert. Oh, Patty, you grew up in San Diego. Okay. And you're in Washington now. So that's why you like both Mariners and Padres. Well, that makes sense. Oh, no. Nelson says the cards are oriented kind of sideways this year for Contenders draft picks. Oh, so that's why you're not digging it. Okay. And out of the 200 player checklist, you only like 60 of them. I paraphrased, but well, yeah, I mean, the cool thing about Contenders draft picks with Panini is, of course, not only are you going after this year's draft class, which is the obvious draw for anything with draft in the name, but we also have the opportunity to pull current players and veterans. Baker Mayfields and those kind of guys are also in there. So I think that adds a little extra flavor to it. I kind of like Contenders draft picks myself. This is Kyle Tucker for the Astros Bowman Sterling continuity. I do like it. I bought several cases of it, but I typically do buy a fair amount of the draft type products. I like them. I think they're fun. This is numbered to 250. It is the Padres and paper purple parallel for Cal Quantrill. But yeah, it will be here tomorrow. So of course we'll start breaking Contenders draft tomorrow night. First few breaks, though, are going to be sold by first letter of last name, and then I'll lay off of the breaks probably until about Monday or Tuesday of next week, and then, we'll do a couple this week, first letter of last name, Then when we come back early next week, the draft will have been completed and we'll start going by teams. This is Nova. It's chrome purple to 250 for the Houston Astros. So that's how we will most likely roll with Contenders draft picks, is the way I envision it at the moment anyway. Hey, who did the Seahawks traded? Didn't they trade Earl Thomas today? Where'd he go? All I saw was a headline and his picture, or I think it was his picture, and it said traded to an AFC contender, and I didn't have time to click into it and see the rest of the detail. Oh, your mom worked in the front office of the Padres for over 20 years. Oh, wow. Oh, that's really cool. Back in the Tony Gwynn years. Very nice. I bet you've got some really fantastic memorabilia, don't you, Patty? Finally, my Cincinnati Reds pull something interesting. Hunter Green on the 30th anniversary parallel. Another Tommy John guy, which they should have done last year. They shouldn't have waited, but they did, and now set the clock back, even farther. Because, hey, the Reds don't need pitching, right? Actually, it's a little better this year, so for what that's worth. That is a 30th anniversary parallel Jose Altuve Astros. A pipeline coming out there for the Tigers. Did I just put that now? I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter if I laid it in the wrong place. Everything's shipping here anyway. But out of habit, I still sort out the chrome from the paper as I go. Hey, Mickey. Every time I do that, it makes me think of that song. Oh, Mickey, you're so fun. You're so fun. You blow my mind. Hey, Mickey. Anyway, hey, Mickey. You got a hit. You have your wish. There is your Baltimore Orioles autograph. You have Cedric Mullins headed your way for Baltimore. See, we're making dreams come true here tonight. Not a lottery. Not the lottery, I know, but still not too shabby. You ask for it, you get it. I like the way that works. Stang Lover got a nice hit for his Cardinals. We got to still find some Mets, though. And a few others. I know there's some others out there, too. Oh, it was Frank Clark. Okay. Well, see, there you go. I guess I wasn't paying good attention when I glanced at it. Well, Frank Clark went to the Chiefs. All righty. Acuna, you are, I believe, quite right. Earl Thomas was traded a while back. I don't know why I looked at the picture and was thinking Earl Thomas. That's what I get for not clicking in and reading it, isn't it? Mm-hmm. It is indeed. But Nelson's on it. Nelson's on top of the news. Frank Clark to the Chiefs is what I was thinking of. Sorry, kids. What they'll do, since Hunter had the Tommy John, I don't know what they'll do in regard to that, if they'll try to have him hit more or not. I don't know what they're gonna, it's the Reds. Nobody kind of ever knows what in the world is gonna happen with anything that they do, because they always seem to kind of do the opposite of whatever it is that conventional wisdom would tell you they're going to do. So hard to know. All right, here is A 30th anniversary parallel for the Cubbies with Mr. Rizzo. Oh my goodness. I am so sorry. I don't know why my allergies are having like a super sudden flare up right at this moment. And you guys are subjected to the whole thing. I am sorry. I am sorry about that. I promise I've been taking my allergy medication, but it does not seem to be helping very much today now, does it? Oh, man. I may have to have another session in there to clear it out in a minute so you don't have to listen to it. We'll see if it calms back down or not. And I see an atomic in our future. It's also for my Cincinnati Reds. I say also like they hit another one earlier. They hit a parallel, but they didn't hit an atomic. But just because we were talking about them, I guess. It is an atomic refractor for Jonathan India. And much as I hate to do it to you kids, I'm going to have to step away again for a second. Sorry. My gosh. It is like a tidal wave of pollen just blew through. Which obviously it didn't. You know, doors and windows are closed. I'm smart enough to know not to do that in the spring. Got to use the air. Can't have any windows open this time of year, but still, oy, crazy tonight. Oh, Jay Rivers, you said you're having record-breaking pollen counts in the Tennessee Valley. I feel like I'm having a record-breaking pollen count right now. At this exact moment here in this room. I don't know. It is crazy. And it just came on. I mean, it was bothering me certainly all day off and on, but just all of a sudden it just like came up and smacked me right in the head. All right, onward and upward, and hopefully free of any further pollen interruptions. Pollen interruptus. That is Aramis Ademan, Chicago Cubbies, Bowman Sterling continuity. By all accounts, Bowman Sterling is going to be so hard to get this year. I haven't even seen my numbers from everyone yet, just from one of the places, and they were horrible. Horrible. So I'm nervous about maybe not having a lot of Bowman Sterling. Because, of course, you know, hasn't been hobby in a few years, so there's no track record that we can rely on. When they get to just decide what they want to give you, that's always the scariest part. This is an orange parallel. It's our first orange of the night. It is Orange Shimmer 225 for the Atlanta Braves with Austin Riley. It definitely waited. You know, what are we in box 5 here before we see an orange? Of course, not like you see tons of them, but anyway, I'm glad to see it. The Natties. Carter Kieboom with 30th anniversary parallel. I've got some Carter Kieboom stuff I need to get graded. And I've probably got some Bo Bichette I need to get graded. I don't think I have any Vlad Guerrero, but I might. I don't know. I'll have to look and see if I do. We have some purple coming up. It is paper to 250 for the Phillies with your ace, Aaron Nola. Phillies as a whole, I've had a nice little break tonight. And here we have a 30th anniversary Forrest Whitley for the Astros. And then we're back to it. That's ready for the show with Peter Alonso. How's Alonso doing? Cards wise. How are his resale values? Has anybody looked recently? Maybe Acuna Moncada has, since he's got the Mets tonight. I would think Alonso's cards have got to be up a little bit demand-wise. He's been playing pretty well. Or he was playing pretty well to start the year. So we have another shimmer. This one is for the Mariners. And it is numbered to 125. I guess we're calling that Aqua. I don't really know. I'm going to call it Aqua. I don't know what Topps is going to call it. But anyway, it's Julio Rodriguez. It's the Mariners to 125, and it's a shimmer. That's the important part. The particular shade, the color, name, not as important. Orioles, Mickey. Dang, Mickey, you're about to have an even better night. You got another hit to 299. First Bowman autograph with a little sparkle added to it. That is Rylan Bannon. Last two hits out have both come Mickey's way. So your patience has paid off, my friend. I know you've had a couple of breaks where you've been looking for your Orioles and we haven't really done a great job finding them. But tonight we're making up for it a little bit. You saw an orange Peter Alonso Bowman go for $4,500. Yeah, that's pretty solid. That's definitely higher than it was spring training time, for sure. I mean, we were breaking some Leaf early. And, of course, you know, it doesn't have team names on there, so it always goes to current teams. And I remember somebody getting upset that they didn't get Kalenic, because Kalenic was already a Mariner at that point. And they were back and forth in messages and telling me, well, the only thing for the Mets is you know, basically like that stupid Peter Alonso. And they didn't want Peter Alonso. Well, I bet they do now. Bet they do now. You said his Leaf Valiant Alonso goes for 60 to 175. That's pretty good too, Echo. That's actually pretty solid out of Leaf Valiant as well. Oh, the Mariners are down 3-0 to the Padres. Well, it's early yet, though, isn't it, in that game? So this is Last Box. I forgot to say Last Box Mojo, but you guys that break with me often, you probably were thinking it. Now we'll make it official. We are officially in Last Box Mojo time. Trying to conjure the big hit here for the last box. That's another Rizzo 30th anniversary parallel. Hoping we can make somebody some big money here out of the last box of this half of the case anyway. We'll have another half to go in a few days. Oh, see, Mickey typed it in. He typed in Last Box Mojo. I bet you typed it in before I said it, too, and I just didn't, it didn't pop up on my side, or I didn't Didn't see it yet. Carter Kieboom again, 30th anniversary, Nationals. Oh, you know what? I think it's suddenly raining here. I just heard some traffic go by out front, and it sounds, you know how traffic sounds in the rain. I think it's raining, and I bet you it's probably when it started raining is probably about the time I had the massive allergy fit. If I had to guess, that would be what I would think. For the Diamondbacks, we have a little Aqua Shimmer to 125 for Mr. Taylor Wiedner. Second inning for Padres Mariners. Okay, yeah, you got a ways to go there then. Plenty of time to get that turned around. I mean, good grief, the Braves were down 7-0 the other night. Came back and beat the Indians. I mean, you know, anything is possible. Of course, it helps if you're the Braves. They have a tremendous scoring capability. Got some really good bats in the lineup for Atlanta. And you know, one of the announcers tonight in the Braves-Reds game was talking about Dansby Swanson and said, oh, he's just been such a huge disappointment so far. I was like, oh, guy, come on, man. I mean, how are you going to say that? For sure, maybe he's had a rougher go of it than some, but look how quickly they brought him up after he was drafted. I mean, he did not spend very much time at all in the minors versus a lot of these guys that are spending 4, 5, 6 years down there. I mean, he just was hardly down at all. So he hit some little bumps, but I think he's been playing pretty decent lately. He was playing well last year till he got hurt, too. And I bet you they'll extend him. I mean, they just signed both Acuna and Albies to what I would call team-friendly extensions. Both the young guys are making a lot of money, but it also puts, you know, the team in a good position. I would bet you Dansby will get an extension before long, too. I couldn't believe, though, that the announcer said that. That's kind of messed up. Patty, you used to go to the games for Padres and Mariners and change your hat versus in accordance with whoever was up batting. I like that. That's kind of fun. You should do like a half and half. Like the governor of Kentucky, when Louisville and U of L and the University of Kentucky play in football or basketball, at least in the past, the governor, you never know, each governor does things differently, but the governor will wear traditionally a sport coat that is red on one side, one half, and blue on the other. Split allegiance, you know. Same theory as what you're talking about, but less work because you don't have to take it on and off. Our last hit for tonight heads to the Pirates with Mason Martin. Well, our last autograph. We may have other hits that'll be, you know, parallels and things of that nature, obviously. An atomic parallel for the Giants with Elio Ramos. And let's see who else we can find in here. What else we can find, I should say. 30th anniversary coming up. Looks like Forrest Whitley again for the Astros. Yeah, it was. Yeah, so see, like Jay Rivers typed in up there, Dansby leads the Braves in RBIs. So, you know, I mean, it's like weird, right? That the announcer would just kind of roast him like that. And he actually, I believe he had the qualifier in there, the word huge. I'm pretty sure he said he's been a huge disappointment. I was like, oh, dude, that is harsh. I mean, come on. I would not say he's been a huge disappointment, but everybody's got their own opinion, I guess. Jay Rivers says Georgia's governor is a dog fan. Well, who knows who our governors here actually root for personally, but publicly, I mean, privately, who knows who they root for. But publicly, they usually will do something like what I described. Cincinnati Reds, Jonathan India, Bowman Sterling continuity, and come out, with the jacket that's UK blue on one side and cardinal red on the other, and that kind of thing. Which I always thought was kind of a cool way to do it. And frankly, the main reason I would ever want to even consider being governor of Kentucky, just so I could go to, UK U of L sporting events and have really good seats. For the Mets, that is numbered to 499, and it is a paper parallel with Jimenez. And that, kids, is it for Bowman. We're going to do a little recapping, though, so let's get that lined up here and take a pass through it. All right, this is Gina's here. Hi, Gina. So this is our recap. We'll do our Bowman Sterling continuity cards first. So we've got the Reds and the Cubbies, Astros again. That's, of course, the Angels and the Kansas City Royals. These cards are numbered but don't have autographs attached. This is paper to 499, the Mets, an atomic refractor. I should have said parallels. Not all these are numbered because obviously atomic refractors mostly aren't. But that's for the Giants with Ramos. You have an aqua shimmer to 125, Diamondbacks, Wiedner. And same as our aqua shimmer to 125, Rodriguez for the Mariners. To 250, that is paper for the Phillies. To 25, you have an orange shimmer for the Braves with Riley. My Cincinnati Reds have a Jonathan India atomic refractor. Houston Astros Nova chrome to 250, purple. 250, Padres Quantrell paper. The Dodgers Ruiz atomic refractor. Then a Burrows atomic for the Tigers. The Cardinals Luken Baker chrome purple to 250. Followed by a paper purple to 250, Waters for the Braves. The Cubbies and Amaya also paper purple 250. To 299, that's, oh gosh, what is the name of this pattern, guys? Help me out here. Sparkle, is that right? That's Riley for the Braves. The Phillies, Sanchez atomic. The Yankees, that is numbered to 125 with Acevedo. And then another atomic, that one's Siegler for the Yankees. Now our autograph hits out of this half case. This is for the Pirates. And it is Mason Martin. The Orioles with a shimmer to 299, not shimmer, sorry. Sparkle. I'm going to call it Sparkle. I think Topps calls it Sparkle. But whatever it is to 299. It is Bannon for the Orioles. The Orioles hit again with Cedric Mullins' autograph. The Tribe refractor to 499 with Eli Morgan. St. Louis Cardinals, that is numbered to 100. It is a first Bowman atomic refractor autograph for Genesis Cabrera. And we started things off tonight with the Philadelphia Phillies, hitting with Matt Verling. All right, kids, that is the break for tonight. And, and that's our recap. Normally, I would show you again the list of things that are coming up that we'll be breaking in the days ahead. But guess what? Yeah, I left that tab out tonight somehow, so we can't do that. But we can look at shipping again for a hot second. So I'm hoping Bowman's on the way to you roughly Friday. If I can get it out to you faster than Friday, of course I will do so. And if my day goes or my week goes completely off the rails, it could slide to Saturday. But Friday right now is my best estimate. And of course, Flawless Football being a free shipping break, it will go out sometime between now and this time next week. And often they go out much, much sooner than that. That just simply guarantees you they won't be any later than that. Everybody pulled cards in Bowman, no worries there. And if you got skunked in Flawless, your consolation card, typically I would hold on to until the next break, simply because it's a free shipping break. But if you do want it sooner, all you need to do is hit me up and let me know. We'll gladly get you squared away. And yeah, okay, so I can't even show you what we have for tomorrow. The only thing I can remember for sure is that we start at 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific, so a little half hour earlier. And I know we've got Contenders draft picks in there, and I can't remember beyond that. Isn't that awful? I look at that every night, and yet I can't tell you. But anyway, we'll have fun with it tomorrow night regardless, with Contenders and whatever else we've got in there. All right. Thanks, everyone, for joining me tonight. I appreciate you being here, and hopefully we will see you again tomorrow night, or if not, then sometime soon. Enjoy your week ahead, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye now.